Good evening and welcome to the Swemp Electronics Football Alliance Division 2 for Matchday 23. I can't believe after this round there'll only be 3 games to go. We have got Mr. Wooder in the chat already after we loved last night's bizarre show featuring badger eggs and teeth sweating and all that sort of thing. We've got Quinton Fortuna who has messaged me already this evening, said that when I told him we're starting within 10 minutes, it's been 13 minutes. This is what it's like, such impatient viewers. And we have got a new commentator on for tonight with me. We have got Loz Hughes from 76ers. Good evening.
Good evening, mate. Looking forward to it.
It's going to be an interesting round. Obviously, your team, looking at the fixtures there, no game. Actually, you're playing tomorrow, and it's against Trumpton. How do you feel against a side who you cannot predict a formation for?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Looking forward to see where all the arrows are going. But yeah, boys have got the day off at the minute. Hopefully, they're not all in the pub watching the Euros.
Well, as long as they weren't watching England last night, if
Yeah,
so, they might well be asleep for this one. We've got Dan Hazard in here as well for Los Aracas, who are playing Radaby tonight. I'm sure Steve will turn up at some point as well. It is nice to hear a new voice in the commentary box. Quinton, who's done, I think what have we had so far? About 50 shows. Quinton must have done about 75 of them. So, he knows what it's like to be in here. How are you feeling tonight about making your debut?
yeah. I've been looking forward to it, mate. I mean, you asked me a few times. Not always been able to do it. To be honest, I'm not much of a nighttime person. I'm normally snoring my head off by now. But I managed to get permission to stay up late, so we're all good, ready to
Special
go.
dispensation. It's all good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all good. Yeah, I'm sure we'll be getting Mr. Wooder in before the end of the season. Hopefully, we'll get him back for his second appearance. Maybe Dan Hazard at one point will be able to do something. We appreciate anyone who comes to join us, and there's some people I appreciate don't want to do it as well, and that's absolutely fine. It's not a terms of joining the league or anything. Take a look at that table, and you've got a game in hand, but a 7 point gap to Atletico
Yeah,
Numa's. Do you think eighth is probably where you're at?
at best, I really don't see us being able to get to claw that back. There's not enough games left, to be honest. And plus, the UEFA Cup is taking precedence because it's a chance of a trophy.
Chance of a trophy until you realise that when we finish this league in
Yeah, I know.
November, it's all gone. But
Well, I'm in my mind. I'm still going for it.
that's
So
it. That is
don't
the
take that away from
glory
me.
of it. That is the absolute glory of it. What we should probably do is in the
I'll
editor.
run it. I'll run it, and then I'll post the pictures so you know how I get on.
I'm thinking in the editor, I could actually make you the winner of the Swedish Cup from the previous season, so you will be in Europe. I'm thinking of trying that one out. Maybe now I know that you've won it, so we shall see. We shall see. But yeah, certainly you've run it yourself would be superb. Dan's up for doing commentary. Brilliant because obviously school and such like takes a massive time away from people. I absolutely know that. What's the Flamingos' goal difference in Division One? Have they got any points? you know for a fact. Flamingos have got no points, and I believe their goal difference must be in the -80 region now, maybe even worse than that.
Wow.
They are quite close to conceding 100 goals. The challenge is, can Fifey stop them conceding 100 goals? Have you seen much of the Division One games, or are you sticking to
I've
Europe?
looked at the odd one or two. To be honest, not many, but I did have a look just to sort of see what the players had been selected. After picking my own team, I was
Yeah,
quite interested. It never entered my mind at all to do a sort of a concept squad. Uh, when I saw this on Twitter, I was like, right, pick a team. I just started writing names down and be 3 A4 pages before I even thought about anything else, to be honest.
brilliant.
So, but yeah, I did have a look just to see. I mean, the Swedish division's the Van Nistelrooy division, isn't it?
It certainly is. Yeah, the other division's got some of its own stars. I mean, it's probably more Sigalco's up there than in here. But yeah, next season is probably much more the concept season. Now people have decided on it doesn't have to be make the best team you can. It's entertain us. That's kind of how it is. And looking down the teams here, Mike Savage is here, and of course, would have straight away onto him, knowing that there's a big game ahead of Danglies versus OTs. Yeah, Athletic will be going completely new next season. Blues are going new. Danglies, well, they don't need to go too new, do they, to be an entertaining side? Aracas, yeah, I mean, Dan Hazard will be making his. Well, he's got the challenges of, is he going to make an entirely Newcastle side? Is he going to pretend it's Newcastle and get rejected? I don't know. Round here going new, I think. I'm going new. Grove, not sure, but they're sticking in with it. Really, we might not see them next season. They might be up anyway. Radaby, new squad. OT's new squad. Gondor, I think they're sticking as Gondor. I'm not entirely sure. And De Gers are the only side so far who are going to be almost strengthening their team. They are good enough as they are, but I think they're going to probably dominate Division 1, to be honest, next season, I think. And then yourself, you're going for something new, which I'm not going to reveal here unless you do it yourself. And Trumpton, who, will always entertain us.
No, I'm going to keep my team under wraps for now.
That is all good. Let's just check those fixtures out again. People have, well, I think it was Quinton midweek who basically suggested there was a lot going on. Athletic, De Gers, good game there. Blues versus Gondor, top and bottom. Connotations, Danglies OTs, huge at the bottom. Aracas, Radaby, very close together. Round here, really, very close together. You've got your own game against Trumpton, which is pretty massive, in terms of how Trumpton for the promotion. And then this is kind of the nothing game of myself in that one. So, whenever that gets played, I really don't mind too much. Tato asking, why aren't you live yet? I need to message him and say, I think it's a new link. I did have a link set up and it was all good. But then I think my computer decided to shut the internet down and start up with a new link. So that's probably why a couple of people are missing. Who knows? It's the entire mystery. So anyway, let's get started with the first round of games, and it is Round Hay versus Real E. Now these are two quality sides, and last time they met, Round Hay came out on top, wearing their wonderful away kit, which I don't think we've seen since. Yeah, quality match. What do you make of the side that they picked for today?
Yeah, on the face of it, you could say it'd be quite defensive with having the three at the back and then the two wing backs and the holding midfielder. But I like the look of the forward line. Ronaldinho and Riquelme firing the bullets from this through.
Yeah,
And
it might be the only area that's not changed, actually, those front three. I think the rest of the team, maybe Van der Sar side, that these two have come over a bit. And Carragher's come in for a rare start. And here, Vieira and Beckham, looking to the last match, we had Elguera and Steven Gerrard playing defensive mid together. So a bit of a change.
Carragher is one of these players in the game I cannot get my head around. I could not get him to get above a 7 in any game I've ever played.
I haven't looked for his strongest position. I'm going to guess that 0102, it might be something like right back, but I don't entirely know because I imagine he wasn't playing central for Liverpool at the time with Onshaw and Hoopier.
For me, there were a few enigmas on the game. I think you can either get them to work or you can't, and he's one of them. I can't get to work. I just can't do it.
We were, Wooder earlier on was showing me the joys of Bruno Cheru, and we'll come to Bruno Cheru a bit later on for Danglies and why maybe he's not such a good player on the game despite having reasonable attributes. It's Quinton says that Carragher's best position is substitute for his versatility.
Fair.
And to avoid scoring own goals, I guess. Yeah, Marcus Babbel was right back at the time, wasn't he? So how did Carragher get in that team? Did he get in that team? With like Reese, Onshaw, Hoopier, Babbel?
Oh yeah, when he first started playing for Liverpool, he was a defensive midfielder, so I don't know if he was filling that role.
You go back to 97, 98, and when he is in the team on that game, he's definitely in that position. Yeah, it begs that question of, was he just a good sub to have that season? It probably is right. Oh, yes, to walk in the parks here as well. Graham Boosie, good evening. Welcome. You'll be joining us next season in Division. Well, it's not totally decided, but you are taking over one of the sides in Division 1. So, yeah, welcome to this. It might be your first time commenting on here. So, super great to have another person join us. The treble season. Was that the season they beat Alaves 5-4 in the UEFA Cup final?
Yes, it must be.
And when Marcus Babbel was paralysed, yeah, was that like a Guillain-Barré syndrome, whatever it was? Yeah, it's quite possible there. So it's do you know, we go off on tangents, Loz. We go off on tangents all the
Oh, yes,
time.
mate.
So what you think is a nice steady hour show, be prepared to be up till 3-4 in the morning. It'll be fine. And really for today, going with what I understand is is it an unchanged side? I am looking to just check things. Just tell us what you think about their team anyway, while I just check that I haven't got it wrong.
Yeah, I must admit, I do like the balance there. Kuhl's one of these players. He was so close to getting in my team when I picked it. Um, he can play in a number of positions, and I really do think he's one of those that he'll get you a goal when you need one. So yeah, I like the shout there, playing just off the main two.
Yeah, I like Harry Kewell on the game, and really you've made him play very well. And I know that Steve hates him, yet he's got him in his squad, which I don't understand. But yeah. Wolfie's here. Good evening, Wolfie. Yeah, Beckham is centre mid. I think, to be honest, it's one of his stronger positions on the game. From having seen him play, I think he's not as good on the right as he is in the middle. I think it's due to central positions being more powerful on the game. And yeah, Guillain Balaguer syndrome, fantastic. Yeah, that's exactly what he had. So anyway, so 0102 that he got it. Yeah, August 2001. So Jamie Carragher probably did play right back. Yes, right. There we go. Quinton is the one who, if I can't find it, he'll know it, and if I do know it, he'll know it as well. So we just
Cool.
go to him every time. Predictions for this one from yourself and from the chat.
We'll have a 2-2 draw.
A 2-2 draw. Well, it'd be nice to start the day with a 2-2 draw, particularly that the results here, as they are, really 10 points up. They're not going to win the league. We know they're not going to win the league. They're probably not even going to finish second, but they need to finish inside that top three for promotion. And Roundhay, with a win, will go ahead and into that position. Wooder, of course, his usual prediction is not bothered. Quinton goes 2-1 Roundhay. Mike Savage goes 1-all. Wolfie says Kirkland's decent. Yeah, he is pretty good this season, to be honest. He's pretty. Oh, look at that. Oh, where did I find that? Look at that. Stacking St. Colby, top of the form list. Look at that. We're seventh for 76. And 4-1. Tato joins us now, and he says Real E will win 4-1. So let's get started. Oh, Real E in there. I don't know. Is that sugar-free polos kit or something like that? I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's not as good as Roundhay's away kit, I've got to say. Let's get started for the first match of the day. Half an hour into the show, probably. There's been chances, and really look like they're pressing a little bit more. Really, 2-0 says Wolfie. It's currently 6 minutes in. There's been plenty of action, and obviously the grey and green is not as easy to read.
It's making it hard to read.
It's not quite a Flamingo's difficulty. Beckham's picked up a yellow card. Maybe the Wolfie comment about Beckham in centre mid. He might not last the game. Who knows? Chance there for Roundhay. They should have scored, and they sort of. I would say they're looking more pressing at the moment, aren't they?
It looks like Vieira's having a bit of a nightmare though. He's on a 5.
That's not very Patrick Vieira at all.
No.
And with that, it might really give them no chance. But he is up to a 6. It's 1-0, and Ruud van Nistelrooy has scored for Real E. He was bound to score, wasn't he? Now he scored for both teams and levelled it out before half time. So as we get to half time, we see that really like one of those alien eggs you put in the fridge, the badger eggs, and no wonder. I think Steve's loaded the wrong save for tonight. Because, yeah, he was. I was saying to him that Riquelme was injured and he was on his bench. He's like, no, he's not in the save that I've got. But yeah, fair enough, Steve. It's all good. You're not playing really tonight. You must have an easier game, surely. Uh, anyway, so Loz, first half. Um, looking into the stats there,
Yeah, I
round
mean, the
here.
home side looked to be dominating, but it's I'm not sure that the actual statistics are bearing this out.
No, really, in the first part of that game, looked the better team, didn't they?
Yeah, strange. I mean, 1-1 half time. I think my 2-2 is looking pretty solid at the minute, to be honest. A couple of players on a yellow that I'll have to watch. I think Carragher and Beckham.
Yeah, and I know that both teams here are not ones for regular substitutes at half time or anything. So we'll just check. Are there any glaring injuries on there? None. And Sol Campbell looking reasonably good defensively. He's on a 6. Has he made some fouls? No foul. That's quite a strange rating for someone who's actually been playing fairly well.
Is he middle of the back three? Is he that
You
big
reckon he's
middler
probably
of
that? He is in the middle, so
years?
he's probably
Yeah.
the. Do you think that being in the middle of the back three is the
You,
weaker
you can't
rating?
get a high rating. Not for me.
And we've spoken before this game and saying you've been playing it for you know 19 years, so
Yeah.
you've got.
If you three at the back, the middle guy in the back three, you for me, you put your worst defender in there. If you look for whatever team you're playing with, that guy will always score a low rating. I don't understand why, but he just always does.
And it's an interesting thing that that I would always play my strongest player there. So maybe I need to have a little look and changing that. Quinton suggests that maybe he's missed an absolute sitter to have that chance and missed it. But I mean, surely your rating wouldn't be that low from that shot. So yes, it's a fair point, a very very valid point. Going over to the other side there, Vieira has now gone up to a 7. So he's sort of normal service resumed, but we've still
Yeah.
some progress to make. I kind of think first half there's nobody deserves to be in the league, despite the fact that round here have had a good few hundred shots more than their opponents. So let's get going on to the second half and see if we can live up to your prediction. Chances and Veron has scored, and immediately there, well, Sol Campbell's gone off. Yeah, he did. Is that part of the plan? Sol Campbell, you play in the middle of defence and you go off injured.
I'm not sure it's part of the plan, but well, they got Helguera
It's
will
going
come
to
in, I
have to
guess.
be Alguera, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's the only option that they have there, and he will go in. So the question there from Tato to you: if you could only choose one colour of towel for the rest of your life, what colour would you choose?
Well, I'm getting a bit older now, mate, so I wouldn't have white. Um, I don't know, a nice burgundy, something like that.
Oh yes, that will
Yeah,
do. Yeah, maybe you need to go for a burgundy kit next season. Really, yeah. You know, club towels. That's what you need. You need to get yourself a club towel for next season and market them. I think we'd all love to have some 76ers towels or whatever name you decide to come up with next season. I'm up for that. They're bound to win a cup. Bound to win a cup. So, 2 minutes in the second
I've not
half.
thought of merchandise to be honest, but yeah, I'll look into that. Let's have a look.
Tato appreciates the reply. Woulda suggesting a dark colour. Is that him suggesting you're a dark person, or he likes his black comedy. I think that's the way to describe it. It was Veron with the goal very, very early in the second half. Steve's here. Yes, after last night, he couldn't make it because he was busy with life, and he's on here tonight, and there he is. So Carragher's had a yellow card, and we're on to the round here subs, which Jim prepares. He always prepares his subs. He's always ready. So I'm just going to have a little look at what he's doing. What would you do though in this situation?
Um, to be honest, I think there's nothing glaring looking wrong. Um, I might be tempted to move into midfield with Beckham and go two in there, take the defensive midfielder out.
Yeah, and just have a little look at that. I mean, so what he suggests today is anyone at 60 lower than a 6 rating. Well, there's no one lower than a 6, or potential injuries. And I don't think we've got any there, have we either? So he'll just go.
Kelby's not having the best game, is he? He's on a 6.
Yeah, he's not lower than a
Maybe
6
maybe
though. So
Rui Costa.
we'll leave them as they are because I have to follow instructions when set there. It says
Yeah,
lower
no,
than a
cool.
6, and I mean I would if it was my resume. Um, would a talking about Ice Cube being inserted into Steve, so no Ice Cubes entered him. Okay, well, yeah, it's this is what you get. This is what you get for being in these shows. This is what you get. And really, substitutes for today has Matt provided. I think he's put same team, same subs, so we know what's going to happen
Right.
here. So we go into
It's
the changes.
nice to see how bigged up Kewell is on a lowly 6 and looks like he's done absolutely nothing, which is great.
So Hasselbank for Viduka or Van Nistelrooy, whoever's playing worse. Well, Van Nistelrooy's playing worse.
But he
That's the
scored.
interesting thing about it. He's scored, but he's playing worse. Now, I'm going to leave you to make the decision here.
Yeah, sub him.
You're going to take Rude off or Viduka?
Yeah, yeah.
Rude. Yeah. Okay, I'm right clicking again. There we go. Yeah, it always happens. There we are. Hasselbank on. And then it's Dyer for Beckham or Veron, whoever's playing worse. So let's have a look at that. Well, they're not. Veron's on less condition. He's not carrying any injuries. Beckham and Veron. Veron's on an 8 and Beckham's on a 7. So Beckham comes off and it's Kieran Dyer. There we are. Quinton Estias, sick of the late nights. Yes. Yeah, that's it. Just get new people on because other people are sick of it. That makes law sound really, really appreciated, doesn't it, Tato? On to the rest of the game anyway. And there's I don't know. Your prediction is still quite likely. And Beckham gets his goal. Let's put it back onto player ratings again. It's 2-2. What a game this has been. David Beckham is having a classic match, and Wolfie to question that. Viduka has made it
No,
3-2 to
3-2.
really. I'm gonna say to question that it brings up something interesting, doesn't it? But it's 3-2 to really, who their form is outstanding at the moment. The fact that they've made it to third place. Giggs has made it 4-2.
Wow.
This is something I didn't expect whatsoever. Is it down to Jamie Carragher's 5 that he's playing in that team? And we spoke up before the game. Beckham on a 10 and Carragher on a 5 in the same team.
Yeah, that's quite bizarre, really. But
He wipes the floor with the rest of the pitch there for man of the match. But yeah, 4-2 really certainly closed that gap that there was there in the first half. He still wouldn't use Beckham there, but I think some people might do after that performance.
yeah, very, very good. I mean, you look back on there. He's been absolutely outstanding. And this to run a 9, and they've lost the game 4-2.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you've got 3 players who've performed very well, and then it's like kind of a bit of a nothing after that, isn't it? That players haven't put tackles in. I mean, I'm not sure why Carragher's got a 5. He's been fouled and he's made a foul. I don't really know what's going on there to be that low.
No.
Steve hasn't been seen since he fell asleep. He fell asleep on commentary. That was
Oh dear.
that was quite the show. And Steve, we need you back. We need you back. It's all good. You're welcome anytime. And then for really, they're a side on the up.
Yeah, good performances all round. I mean, big Ugo Ekiog with a 6, but as for the rest of them, all good.
And that's where they they'll be at least third place. Well, they will be third place at the end of the day. They couldn't make it into the top 2, and they've won their match, so third place it is. Yeah, we have heard me yawning regularly in recent shows, but it's just the time I can get it started. I wish I could start it earlier. I really do. Yeah, really, every chance of getting a result every game. I understand that, Steve. They are a good side, and I think next season we might not see them in Division Two as it stands. Might as well go to my game next for Steckington versus Grove. So Saeed, I believe it's yellow cards that have got me suspended this game. 2 yellow cards, and Ulf Kirsten back chatting to the ref. He's not playing, but he is. I've just told you earlier on tonight, isn't he? He's the only player from the squad who's been retained by me for next season. I'm not going to go too much into my concept for next season, but he's the only player in my team who will be kept on for season 2 in the Dynamo Megahorse team name that we've got. So, team for today, unchanged from the last league game.
Yeah, strong looking, lots of forward arrows.
Many.
Yeah, you could put a bit of pressure on the back three, but I like Milevsky in that DM role. Really good player on the game. Really good.
Yeah, and so for you, you'd probably have maybe Kamuna Central and Jai out to the side just to make more of an impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've always gone for my best one in the middle, and that's why he's there. So we'll see how that works because I'm very much intrigued. I do
Yeah.
enjoy hearing other people with their ideas.
A little caveat, there are certain players I think who can do all right there, but generally I've found when playing a back three, the guy in the middle will always get the lowest rating.
I'm I'm going to track back this season, have a little look at my team, see how it's gone because I think it's a very very key summary, and for next season it'll be good. Yeah, Kamara and Kamuna need forward arrows too. Imagine that, just chucking it on what 8 of the 11 would be excessive, and especially if Njai had that little run there as well. Yeah. So here we go for this one. Yahaya's had a bit of a sort of a drought at the moment, but he is playing very very well in the team. That's why he's up front. We'll go on to Grove, who this game they're missing Sol Campbell. That's a big miss, isn't it, in the team?
Yeah, it is for that defence, I think. You're certainly looking at him being probably the best defender there.
Yeah, John Curtis ably stepping into the team. He's not quite a Sol Campbell, but he's not bad, is he?
No, he's always one that he always gets a move on the game, doesn't he? In
Yes.
England, he'll always get a move.
He's a 97, 98 legend.
Yeah.
So, well, do you see Grove being good enough to take a point or 3 points out of this game?
No, I do favour your guys, to be honest,
Thanks. Good.
but only narrowly. 2-1 I'm going for this game.
2-1. Last
Um,
time we played, it was 4-0.
wow.
And that's probably one of the first games with this formation, I imagine. The goals, yep. So Van Nistelrooy was playing up front back then. He doesn't play up front anymore. Paulo Sergio was getting a game as well, and obviously with D'Alessandro going off injured, there's chances there, isn't there? Quinton going for 4-2. Yahya to score in a gap with an assist. He's on the same goal. Tato going for 4-1, and you said it's me. What was it? 2-0 or
2-1. Narrow 2-1.
Stackington easy win, and Stackington Pigs. Yeah, lovely. Oink oink oink. Here we go. A Rude Van Nistelrooy brace and a 10. Torsten Helgemer refereeing. Last time we played, I didn't check the weather out. It's strong wind today. Strong wind today. It's been interesting. See who's got the right tactic. I certainly didn't look at it. Romoshenko has got an early goal. I don't know. What kind of thing do you play on strong wind? Do you decide to play long ball and just hope it'll just launch up the pitch, or what? Yahya scores and makes it 2. Didier Gat's got a yellow card, and Nikiforenko making it 3.
Oh, man.
Vesterveld.
Is it all over already?
It is pretty much all over, isn't it? And Vesterveld is having a nightmare in goal. Not much that Quinton Fortuna. Lovely. You got to keep your eye on the chat as much as you're on the games because it's the entertainment is there. Sometimes it's 3-0. It's very quiet for the other parts of these. Yeah, it was very good, Steve. It was very good. Half time, 3-0. Vesterveld hasn't turned up.
No,
Three
that's
shots,
got to
three
be a worry.
goals. Oof, yeah, a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? I'm going to go and look at the Grove sub plans, but I don't think there are any involving goalkeepers. Summarise that shower.
Yeah, poor to mediocre would be must do better.
Well, yeah, I would say it must do better. I think in terms of sub plans at the moment, Stu has, yeah, his subs. He hasn't got anything about goalkeepers really at all. I think it's looking at people who are really tired and seeing what's going on. Festival on for the worst rating of the season when he gets sent off in the second half. Right, Wooder. Tony Warner got a 2 for you earlier this season. Is he going to get a 1? Yeah.
Blimey, he must have to kill the ref to get a 1, I think.
I've got to question that. I mean, yes, there's no sub plans there at the moment. For Stackington, looking at that, they've not had to put many tackles in. Milevsky has tried, and he's not put many tackles in, but it was just
He's not
kind of
needed
more,
to.
yeah, it's more clinical than anything else. There's nothing really to report about an outstanding performance. It's just that they scored a few goals. So let's get to 60 minutes and not waste any more time on what really doesn't need analysing. And Yahya scores his second of the game. Van Nistelrooy hasn't scored yet, and he's only on 7. So Cole coming down the pitch had a chance. It didn't happen. Grove won 5-0 last game, incidentally, in their game against Danglies, I believe it was. 5-0. Sure, we've seen a 3. Yeah, we have seen a 2 in this league, though. Yeah, a keeper getting a 1 against Quinton, conceded 8, and the head-butted Mike Duff to get sent off. Unless
Blimey.
it's a bottle of Duff or Damien Duff, but I assume Mike it was. Right, they always make a plan of subbing a striker at 60 minutes if they haven't scored. So Cole off for Dario Silva. And looking at the rest of it, Patrick Berger, he isn't injured. He isn't injured. He started off unfit. And I think he would be, though. Oh, I can't even get to the ratings. I'm not able to click it. Yeah. Would you take
Yeah,
Berger?
I'd switch him and put Robert on. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's that. And I'm almost wondering, this is a thought, and I don't want to do it in case Vesterveld gets sent off. But in my view, I'll be taking taking D'Alessandro off and bringing on Prosinecki, and that is a call from Quinton. I mean, what's your thoughts on it? Would you do it as well?
I wouldn't. What I would do now is move Robert and D'Alessandro and go 3 attacking mids.
Go 3 attacking. Do you know what? I'm happy to do that against my own team. I am happy to do that against my own team and just do it because they've got nothing to lose. And let's give them the run still and do that and hope that they can do something. Keep one sub free. That sounds good. Yeah, I'm always, I'd be keeping one sub free if it was me, and that's why I handed it over to other people to make the decision. For my own side, though, and Jai looks injured, so he's going to come off at 84%. I don't want to lose him even though it's a week till the next game. So he'll come off, and Mike Duff is going to go and play in the middle of, well, he's not going to play in the middle of defence, he'll play on the right. And we will make one more change. And he has on 94%. That is pretty good for him at this stage of the game. What do I do? It's going to be, yeah. I've got to make
You're
one
not going to
change,
take him off
though.
to ruin his hat-trick chance, are you?
No,
No.
I am not, but I'm going to put 2 up front. So let's take off Romoshenko. He's got a goal. Yavin can come on. Nikiforenko moves back. And Yavin and Yahya play up front together. There we go. Rude staying on just to see if he can improve from a 7. I don't want his average rating to drop. I need him on an 8. If they play in the middle of three centre backs, they get injured. That's the call. 4-0, half an hour to go. Oh, it's boring. Chances Keane's made a save. The last few minutes have been pretty pointless. And there's Dario Silva getting a goal back. Great stuff in. But Yavin has scored to make it 5-1. And at least the substitutes paid off there. Can we get a hat-trick for Yahya? I don't think so. But 92, 93 minutes, a chance last minute, a gap with a chance. 5-1. Baumer's 10, not good enough because Yahya's 10 was. And Lauren joins Vesterveld in the club for the fours.
Clinical, mate, to be honest, looking at that. 7 on target, 5 goals scored. You got to be well happy.
Why am I changing this team for next season? I do enjoy the team, but no, I've got a concept I'm happy with for next season. But they've turned out good with a change of formation. I mean, playing 4 at the back, 1 defensive mid, 3 attacking mids, and 2 strikers was just how I played it for a laugh. And now this formation is working. It's working. But yeah, Tato, you're absolutely right. It was awful from Grove. It's awful from Grove. As much as it's good for Stackington, it's been awful from Grove. Milevski didn't win a tackle in the second half at all. That is pretty awful.
He's an armchair ride, hasn't he? He's not needing to do anything.
Yeah, he's done so little. But he's got himself an 8. And I think, there's players who deserve better than that. Baumer, 3 assists is superb. Yahya, 1 assist and 2 goals. And Yavin getting on for confidence before the rest of it. And Quinton reports there, just a point behind Roundhay. That is something, isn't it, to be up there. But yeah, John Curtis steps in for Sol Campbell. I don't think he's played badly. He's made some tackles and he ended up with a 5. And that's kind of like, I mean, it's just about the median for the starting lineup, isn't it? A 5. So
yeah,
pretty
awful. I
awful.
mean, the subs were decent subs.
Yeah,
Dario Silva gets his goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that side of the defence, Baumer's given Lauren a right battering, hasn't he?
It certainly has. And I think looking into how the teams played with the substitutes, it was 1-1. So, we can say that the substitutes must have worked in some way there. Yep. Steve agrees with Tato. John Curtis, the middle of the back 3, gets himself the yellow card. Into game 3, Atleti versus De Gers. And we know that the Gers do they have a chance of promotion now? I'm not sure. It all depends on that Trumpton game, doesn't it? Because really, have won. It depends on the Trumpton match. That if the Gers win and Trumpton don't, if Trumpton don't win, it's all over. And Trumpton need to win and the Gers need to lose for the Gers to avoid promotion here. So, yeah, key result here. This could be seeing the first team going up. And that's what they've gone for today. Unchanged. Is it unchanged? I think it's unchanged. Let's have a look. Yeah, it is unchanged.
Strong side, isn't it? I mean, everywhere you look,
Yeah.
just superstars everywhere. Is that Emerson, the Roma Emerson?
No, it's Emerson, Lake and Palmer. It's Keith Emerson from the band who's in there. Yeah. No, it is the Roma one. Yeah. And you don't get much better than that. As a centre midfielder, he must be the best one rated as centre midfielder in the game.
Yeah, super strong.
we will go to Dangley Zoti's next game, but you hadn't asked for it early on. So if you'd have asked for it, you might have got it. But I didn't know you wanted to get to sleep. I thought you were up for a 5-hour chat like last night. It was well worth it. But yeah, very, very strong side. Promotion for them would be no less than they expect, never mind deserve. at this point. And for Atleti, I mean, it's like they're on some kind of slide, isn't it? It's all kind of drifted away.
Yeah, very, very strong at the start, but it seems to have gone a little bit pear shaped.
They were averaging over 20 shots a game in the first 3 or 4 matches, and since then they've really struggled. And for today, in terms of changes, I think we're on no changes. I'm just going to go back to things there. Yeah, so unchanged is totally unchanged for tonight, and sub plans are the same. So yeah, I mean, your thoughts on this one?
Um, yeah, I mean, top of the table side look the strongest on paper. I'd be surprised if they didn't get the win, to be honest.
Well, we shall see. We shall see, and obviously, Atleti being back to win 4-1 by Quinton. That's bold, isn't it? Saeed to get a 10 from the centre of back three. think that I think that people
Yeah, well, good luck, mate. I'm not sure it'll happen, but good luck.
get get on your back there. A different idea from Savage tonight. Let's see. Yeah, let's get it going anyway. Let's get it going. I hope it doesn't. Yes, Dangley's Ortiz is quite the war of words. 24-0. Hopefully, is that to Jers? 20. What's Big Noopy done to hurt you? El Bear makes it 1-0 though. To Jers, who, like I say, will go up if results go their way today. And Van Nistelrooy makes it 2-0. Oh, 24-0, hopefully to the home team. Right, okay, there we go. It's not happening now. It's 2-0 to the away side already. It's a different idea to win. Oh,
Oh
the
dear.
run goes from, I mean, a team that was struggling as it was. Um, would you do anything? Should leave it as
Um,
is?
yeah, I'd be tempted to withdraw a striker and put Barry Ferguson into centre mid.
Let's see how they get on. Are they?
'Cause there's a lot for a back four there. I mean, back three plus Gattuso to deal with in there.
Yeah. Let's withdraw Sigalko. Then he is a bit lower on fitness, and Van Nistelrooy can go up front there. Oh, that's a lot of starts and stops there. Just randomly went for it with plenty of play and pause. It's 0-0, 0-0, 2-0 even. Just I can make up the results as I want to do. To be honest, it's my league. You know, whatever I want counts, and if I can change it, I will. No, it's 2-0 to Jers doing very very well. 3-0
And
before
three.
half
Wow.
time. Elber and Barthez on an 8. So it's not all his fault. That's got to be said there. Poor Noopy, indeed. What has happened to his team, who were a great team, and now, I mean, yeah, Barthez has made 5 saves.
I mean, it's always harder with 10 players, isn't it? You very, very find that hard to get any result when you're down to 10 men. But I don't know. You look at the team and you think, where are the glaring errors? What's going on? They just seem to have absolutely dropped off it completely.
Yeah, I mean,
Have they made a
Elber.
four? Have they changed formation? Were they playing a formation at the start?
The formation they've been playing with is the one that, if we go back to how they were before the game, that their tactics. That's not it. That's current tactics. Let's go into what they're actually playing. Look at their last match. If I actually look at the right things, that'd really help, wouldn't it? Recent games, that's been their tactic, and so everyone's been sat around here.
Right.
And at the beginning of the season, though, it was a totally different scenario. That you go back to the game where they smashed me 5-0, and they played a 4-1-3-2.
Yeah.
So the change of formation has had an impact, and you can tell from the start of the season, goals, and since then they've not been recreating that, have they?
No, it's strange considering the players they've got.
Yeah, and there we are with a team that is kind of, I don't know. Yeah, it's a great team. It's a great team, and for De Gers, They're looking at keeping every single player on the pitch for the second half. They've got no sub requests at this point. It
Don't need
was
any, did he? Look at that. I mean, lowest rated is a 7. That's outstanding.
Yeah, if Imar drops significantly on his fitness, then there may be a change, but otherwise it's sixes and below at 60 minutes. So we'll get into the second half. And they're at least coming forward, Atleti. They have a chance to get back into this game, but it seems very much like they are fighting a losing battle, and subs are about to happen. A chance, maybe Van Nistelrooy's put one wide.
Ooh.
If that had gone in, might have changed the game a little bit. But so 60 minutes, fives and under. There's Ronaldinho on a 5, so he will come off for. It's got to be Solskjaer, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's the option there is Solskjaer for Ronaldinho, and anyone under 82%. There's no one there, so we'll leave it at 2 subs and keep the other one. For De Geers, well, there isn't a request. It's just 6 or below. Aymar hasn't come off. He's not a ridiculously low stat, so let's keep him on and go to the rest of the game. It's chances Aymar's had a chance to score, so at least he's been heavily involved in one opportunity. 20 minutes to go or so, and it's now 3-1, but Barry Ferguson
Oh
has
dear.
gone off injured, and it was a good job to keep that sub back. Rihalati will come on, and he's for the sub. Would you keep them that way around, or move Gattuso further forward?
Yeah, I put Gattuso into centre mid and play Ricky Larty
Yeah,
deep.
there we go. That will do for me. And a red card for Michael Hughes.
Oh,
Well,
blimey.
so they're on 9 men. There's no requirement for them to now play 3 at the back. There's no requirement for them to play 2 wide players. But, I mean, the way that they've got things, there's almost nothing they can do. I mean, do you just sort of level it up a bit and go Giggs and Solskjaer there? Or do you keep Giggs out wide? There's a bit of a kind of
I'd
hope.
be tempted to drop Giggs back into midfield and play him wide and move Gattuso out.
So
So
going
to keep a bit of width.
a bit more like that.
Yeah.
Let's give them they had our roles before, so we'll give them something there. Yeah, did they have our roles before? Quinton told me they didn't have, so but that should be something at least going forward for the rest of the game. Yeah, Gattuso, who did occasionally play out right wide, didn't he? In his
Yes.
days, probably at Rangers, I'm sure he played out wide at some point. Yeah, rules about wide players. Yeah, rules about wide players. It has to be. It's 3-2. Solskjaer has scored. This is
Wow.
quite the comeback going on. I'll talk about it at the end of the game. It's now 4-2 in
Hat
Elbe. This is
trick.
hat trick. Yes, yeah, it would have. Just before we go on to that, yeah, the rules were at the start of the season, it had to be at 10 men or more. You have to play 3 at the back, and you have to play 2 out wide. But anytime you're down to 9 men, no, rules don't apply. At that point, you're free to rearrange as such because it's unfortunate enough to be down to 9 men, isn't it? So looking at the end of the game, I mean, Atleti got 5. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they've had twice as many shots on target and scored twice as many goals, so it's deserved. But I think Atleti were somewhat better in that second half, and good to see Solskjaer on an 8 there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, down to 10 men, the game comes hard. Down to 9 men, it's even harder. But they they actually seem to improve as they lost players.
Yeah, Quinton's saying there it was a 1-1 draw with 9 men on the pitch, and yeah, I mean, what have they done for the red cards? Let's have a look at that. We haven't looked at that. So the first red card was Imar being smashed down to the floor by Veron, but yeah, professional foul, fair enough. It's not necessarily a bad foul. And then pushed him over Hughes. I mean, that's just silly. That is just silly. For the Jers, Elbert very, very accurate with the shooting, and look at the defensive. Everyone in sort of defensive position to put tackles in. Lizarazu aside, of course.
Yeah, just super, super solid all round, isn't it? Um,
It's not a
Really
lot else
good
to
team,
say
really
really
good
about that one, is
performance.
it? Yeah, they have now, as far as I'm aware, clinched promotion to Division One for next season. So, I mean, well done, very well done, very well done. I would like to say it'd be a shame I don't play next season, but it really won't because they're a good team. But yeah, superb to see Dalgety Rangers going up amongst teams that are in that top division. Good luck to them. The promotion banner, well, yeah, promotion banner. The basically, if Flamingos didn't go down that day, I don't think we'd ever seen a promotion or relegation banner. So, yeah, it was the fun. In fact, what is worth showing for tonight is just to put that on for a second and just show Flamingos relegated and go back to the Division One show because it's nothing to do with tonight, but let's just put it on anyway. Um, anyway, back on where we are. I'm just flicking around everything and complete nonsense. There we are. So, Dangley's OTs, the game that everyone wanted, and everyone
Yes,
being
I
worried.
mean, look at the amount of unhappiness in that squad. That has got to be effective performances.
Thinks the club is underachieving. Oh, Tita Camara's in the team. Yeah, thinks the club is underachieving. Not sure that Woodarinho can turn it around. Pellegrino would like to discuss the contract. There's very few players who are happy, and if we can keep them happy, that's where we go for it. But Dudek is not. So Tifizay minus the suspended Igor Bischan and minus Rigobert Song clearly weakened, but they're going out with some hope.
Yeah, McAtee's centre mid. I mean, I think
Yeah,
he's much more effective as a right back, right wing back.
he
But
would be, but I suppose he's probably, in terms of the appointments there, must be head and shoulders above everyone else who's playing defensive mid.
yeah, I'm guessing so. Yeah.
Going back to his old advert. So yeah, the Bruno Sheru story. So Sheru, looking on the editor at how Sheru is for positions, obviously everything's rated out of 20. He is a 15 for anything that he can play. So he's a 15 for a midfielder, 15 for attacking mid or whatever. He's 15 for left, 15 for centre. He actually cannot play anything to the best of his ability. He's a sort of 3/4 as good on either side or any position. He's a bit of an anomaly,
Very strange.
and that's probably why we never see the best of Bruno Cheru within the game. Uh, or was it L'Oreal? Oh, I do apologise, Don Hazard, if it was L'Oreal. He must be worth it then. Let's just Jason
On fire
McAteer.
with the pun, son. You're on fire.
Jason McAteer's 50. Wash and go.
Oh, I feel old now.
Wash and go from another Jimmy Bullard wash and go advert. If anyone's seen that one, that was tremendous. So a birthday goal for Jason McAteer. Yeah, it makes everyone feel kind of like we watched him play, and now he's 50 years old. Yeah, I mean, Dangley's decent team, are they? I don't know. Jimmy Traore is captain. I'm sure that'll delight Wooder. Onto the OTs, and I mean that cruel hand that Mike Savage was dealt upon being given a job to take over this team. For today, he's gone to
Okay.
clog to clog it up at the back. That is a huge plug, and then some kind of roof at the front there.
Yeah. Not sure about that, to be honest. I mean, that's a little
Experimental.
bit parking the bus, but then having a go as well. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, using the players out wide have to be used somewhere, so let's just make them become centre forwards after that. Yeah, so Klinsman doing his punditry. He must be. How old's Klinsman now? He must be what? 50, he must be pushing 60, is he?
At least, at least.
He must be. Plug and go. That's it. Graham Marchant in the team. He hasn't played much in terms of starting roles for a while, but I do feel he's probably one of their better players. Barakat aside, of course, Barakat's clearly the best player in that team.
Yeah,
Yeah. But we see there we've got Karen Nicolas getting his first appearance in the team. Jay Goppingen is 56. That's really good to know. Jay Goppingen. I don't know who he is. Should I know who he is? I don't know. I really don't know who he is. More sweepers being involved in the league and Wooder is not. Well, he should be happy. He should be happy because it's against him. Your prediction loss for today?
um, Angley's 2-0.
Dangley's 2-0. Let's just have a look at their season so far. When they played Otis last time, it was 2-1 to Otis, and that was back in the Lorry days. I think it was the Lorry days. Um, have Dangley scored two? They have scored two in a game. They scored two in a game 3 times this season, so it's not out of the question. Dan Hazard going 2-2, and Quinton going 3-2 to Otis, and a walk in the park going 4-0. Well, it's correct so far, so well done. And would have predicted Dangley's win, and he doesn't rate the old manager of Ortiz very highly. Savage going 3-1. Let's get started. The viewer count has risen. We've gone past midnight and we've reached our highest count. So this is just how it is. People decide that they can't sleep and want something that'll get them going. So to sleep, that is. And we can usually provide that with the dulcet tones of me and the co-commentators. It's 0-0 so far. It's chances for Dangley's maybe a little bit more forthcoming, but OT's defending well and are looking to break, maybe just smash the ball clear or something. Something's got to work for them. I can hear my washing machine's kicked into gear, so that's good news. It's we'll be putting that out at the end of the round. And Marchant has scored. It's 1-0 to OT's. Well, I don't think we expected Graham Marchant to score. Maybe Quinton did, but we didn't expect Marchant to be necessarily the one who would open up the scoring. All at sixes and sevens, aside from Thomas Jonsson.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it, you'd expect Angley's on top of the amount of chances, but I mean, let's see what the match stats say. But yeah, bit of a surprise there, I think.
Yeah, oh, Quinton has clearly put in there something in the first half there. Jurgen Klinsmann's alter ego when he played in America was Jay Goppingen. That's him. He's 56 years old. So the J for
Yeah.
Jurgen and Goppingen was where he was born. So that's what he was. That's what his alter ego was. When he was walking the streets or when he was on the pitch. Would they not know how to play Klinsmann? I'm not entirely sure. Dangley's playing
Oh, right.
well. The
Okay.
only shot on target during the game has gone in. And this is what we're used to from Dangley's quite often is just nothing. And Ortiz must be fairly happy with the first half. We'll just flip it over to I know Savage is more likely to make a sub than Wooder. You've got Aspin there on 85%. He's got a dodgy thigh at that point. Whether you want to make a sub or not, I'm not sure. For Wooder, I know you're quite happy to kill your players off. They're all right, to be honest. He played for Orange County Blue Star in 2003. Is that a team like Newcastle Blue Star, but just over in America? They're all sponsored by Newcastle Brewery. Yeah, Graham Marchant with the opening goal. Good news for them. I'm just waiting to see if any subs are happening for either team. Would you be tempted as manager of either side to do something? Because he's Steve Hartnell has come on.
Yeah. What's the bench looking like for Dan? I'd be tempted to. Um, I mean, normally sort of drop Garcia further back and maybe put Crouch on for perhaps Kamara.
Yeah, it's not Not the worst idea. Not bothered by it. Brilliant. Not bothered for who he's going to go on for. I mean, Luis Garcia is tired.
He's on 80%. Yeah.
He's very tired. I mean, let's just take a look at that then. So we got Pellegrino, Traore, and Staunton, 90, 93, 95. I mean, I think it's going to have to be Steve Staunton, isn't it? He's got a 6. Honestly, I must move my hand over. Just click on the right bit there. Steve Staunton, let's take him off and bring Steve Hartness on. And if you want to, at 60 minutes, if you want to switch Traore and Hartness over, go for it. But I am going to kick the second half off. Savage is leaving until 60 minutes. So here we go. And they're immediately trying to come forward, Dangley's, but Otis holding firm so far. Aspin takes the yellow card now, and the pressure is certainly mounting. We don't want over the bar. I think it was Barosh with that one. Coming to the sub time. Here we are. And Paulson's dropped to a 5. Rest of the team, we've got Thompson, McAteer, and Garcia on 7s. Condition wise, Garcia, he did start lower than everyone else. He's just short of match practice and match fitness. So, what's the plan, Mr. Wooder? And as he's doing that, we will go over to the opposition and have a look there. Aspin now 76%. Yeah, we've got Jameson. So as is, Wooder says. He's going to keep everything as it is. San Nazario, is he a bit injured? No, not too bad. I'm just talking to myself. That monologue going on here. Thomas Johnson at a 5 as it is so far. So will Savage be making any changes? We shall find out. I don't know. Would you be making one? Would you be ringing on? We've got Johnson off for Newton. Would you be changing anything further forward?
No, I'd probably be tempted to keep it as it is, to be honest.
I just want to see if he's ever going to play Commentator, who's awful, isn't he? Really, he's a McCready of the Orties. If you've seen Ewan Rovers playing Division 1, Chris McCready is not a league standard player. One of the worst defenders I have seen, to be honest. We're at 75, 76 minutes. Yeah, it's still 1-0 to OTs. They're pressing. McAteer's being booked. Oh, we've got a change from Savage that I did not notice that's going on. We did get Newton to centre mid. Okay. And Whitley to defensive mid behind him. We'll do that for the last minute or so. They're going for it. A chance, can they make it 2? It's a red card.
Oh.
A red card to Jason McAteer, whose hair is gone. I am just going to continue for the last minute of the game. There's no point making any changes there. They've had a chance full time. 1-0 OTs. There we are. That 1 minute did make all the difference. There we go. OTs have won. And I believe that's the first time that Mike Savage has won as OT's manager.
Well done.
How good is that? They've managed it. Yes, at 89 minutes, absolutely the sub has been made. But yeah, it worked. It worked all right. Yes, I think it's because there was quite a bit of a pause between those two instructions, wasn't there, on the things there. Just thought it was time to get going. But yeah, 2 shots on target for both teams. So Dangley's tried a bit more. March definitely.
Yeah, there was a lot of puff on it, but just no end result.
Man of the match, Luis Garcia. That surprises me.
Yeah, strange one.
Is it that no one else has played well?
2 shots, 1 on target.
Yeah, 2 shots, 1 on target. He's had 1 tackle out of 1, 1 header out of 3, 2 dribbles. That's it. Yeah, Titi Camara, 4 interceptions. Something going quite well for him there. No pleasure from Savage for beating the Dangleys. He was start of the season big Dangleys fan. He designed the Dangleys current crest as well. So, there's certainly connections between the two sides, but yeah, Graham March separating the two teams during that game, and on paper they aren't 6 points worse than OT, says Dan Hazard. Yeah, you've got a point. They're not. And is it down to intrinsic? Is it down to magic? Or is it just down to the fact that as Quinton says, Mike is a tactical genius? It's Radaby versus Los Aracas, and these two teams, what are they, a position apart in the league? It's going to be an interesting one. Last time they played each other, we had a result of 1-0 to Los Aracas with a goal from Patrick Cliver in the 89th minute.
Wow.
Please give us something more interesting today. Steve's changed things up though. He's got a sweeper. He's got a formation that we've probably never seen in this league before and might not see again.
No, I'm not a fan of the sweeper, to be honest. But I do like the two DMs covering and making that fairly solid. But to be honest, I'd probably go flat back three there rather than play the sweeper. But that's just me.
It is a very solid back five kind of setup. But yeah, I'd probably go for a flat back three. Looking at that, Wooder, have a lovely sleep. Your boss's birthday, so you've got to actually do something. So well, enjoy whatever you do. I hope that what you do is just play a small Swemp shows. Like the Red Nose Day won't be a great one to go for, but thank you for joining us for a quality weekend for yourself there. A good one. No one likes a sweeper. No, I don't think anyone's. You don't love the sweeper, Woody. You hate it. You played it and found it awful. This is the thing. Nobody has successfully implemented a sweeper this season. I've got to say, nobody has done so.
No, it's just one of those things on the game. I don't rate it. But I do think on earlier versions, I think probably 97, 98, the sweeper did work. For whatever reason, I don't think it works in the game now.
Oh, and Quinton has just put up, as you're talking about that, we're about 10 seconds in front of them. 97, 98 was good for sweepers.
Yes.
Luis Enrique, particularly with his run to striker that Quinton patented back then, worked very, very well for him against me, against other teams. So, and Otis did just win with a sweeper. So, yeah, that's a good point, Wooder. But, yeah, Radaby, strong team for today. Dan Hazard not too convinced by the fact that his team have to face that. And Laurent Robert, a late call up to replace Wilfred Baumer. And we saw how destructive Baumer was tonight already. Will Robert be able to be anything similar?
He's one of those players I find in it. He'll have a blinder and then do nothing for 5 games. I mean, there's a few like
transfer.
it. Yeah. But very attacking looking. I mean, there's a lot of arrows going forward there. This could be a bit of a classic, I think.
Hugely attacking, and Dan's here to watch his team attack Lucas Radaby, which I believe is a little bit unfair that it's 11 against 1, but we'll see. Mary Poppins did love a sweeper. That's gotta be said there. David, David's just arriving at this point and speaking. Good evening to you. Or sorry, good morning to you. Not a fan of sweepers yet, an extra midfielder. So, I mean, obviously Steve has to play 3 at the back to be an extra defender in this case. But, yeah, it's, I don't know. German Bundesliga has an award for Sweeper of the Year. And that's the only time I've ever seen it being any purpose to it. So, let's go for this prediction for this one from yourself. I do need to sneeze, I've got to say.
Yeah, high scoring draw, 2-2, 3-3. Not sure, but plenty of goals.
A high scoring draw. I'll bring the teams up, and I'm going to just wander off for a second. In fact, I'm going to leave you to comment for the commentate for the very start of the game. You can take
no worries.
While I'll press start, and then I'll wander off for a second. Go.
So, nothing. Oh, there we go. Bit of action. Yellow card. No. Yeah, very yellow card already. Looks like Rugby are on top at this stage. Oh, the ref's having his say here. We've got 3 yellows in the first 24 yellows in the first 20 minutes. So who's going off first then?
4 cards. Wow. Wow. I've joined this. I was half expecting it to be at like 2 minutes in and an injury that you couldn't do anything about.
No, the only action so far is from the ref.
He's certainly been heavily involved, hasn't he? And yeah, it's been quite a day. So David has been here from the beginning, just watching. Predictions have been coming in from before, and 2-0 to Radaby from the Losarakas manager. 2-1 to favourite co-commentator to be left in charge immediately. Well, he's doing a good job, isn't he? He's doing a
Yeah,
good job.
well,
I'm happy to leave,
thank you
him
very
in
much.
charge. Yeah, says Quinton, must have done, I don't know, 10, 15 commentaries this season already. And yeah, but hay fever hasn't quite affected me so badly until this weekend. Thank you very much. Yeah, good first half in terms of the ref, and yeah, Araka's dominating Radaby. Radaby's shooting has been. I don't know why they've not been shooting this season. There's something wrong with them.
No, I mean, there's no one having a mare, I don't think. A couple of sixes there, but I think the key stat is the cards.
Yes, yeah, Robert and Boya. I mean, Robert, who is one of the least professional players in the game, and Boya, who's one of the most aggressive and dirty players. That's a worry. Dan, if you want to make any subs, let us know. I don't know if Steve's still here or he's sleeping or making pancakes. I'm not sure what he's doing at the moment. We've got Vieira and Nesta on cards. So 3 of these are absolute walking red cards at the moment. Dan's going for some changes. He's going for 1 half-time change. Let's do that right now. We've got Robert off. Oh, at 60. At 60. Okay. So not now. He's just planned for 60 minutes. Fair enough. Would you have done that now, do you think?
I wouldn't have made a change. I very, very, very rarely make a change at half time.
I was just expecting when he put that, I was thinking I was about to start doing. No, it's fine, Dan. It's fine. You know, you're getting your orders in early. That's what you've done is you placed your order on the app and you're ready to collect in a bit. That's fine, I think. Yeah, it's been a first half where
A lot's happened, but there's been no goals. Well, yeah,
yes,
strange
a
game.
lot has happened. There's been 7 fouls and 4 of them resulted in cards. That's the way to summarise that first half. Then we go to
There
Rugby
we
has
go.
scored, and Harry Kewell, the guy who Steve hates, has scored 2
Two.
early second half goals. I think Dan might be reconsidering his change, or will he be going even more attacking? I don't know, but something is not quite right there. 2 early second half goals for Harry Kewell. Wow. And the subs are on the way. A late chance, Sigalko, not quite. Yeah, it's they've been shell shocked. I think
You
condition
can't put the
wise.
ball away. Can't put the ball in the back of the net. That's the problem. I mean, they've got a lot going forward, a lot happening, but just can't score.
And Harry Kewell gets a double. Kieran Dyer is injured, potentially, and Robert is just a bit things out. So
Sulky.
yeah, he's been himself. Are you going to make those changes, Dan? Dyer off a share, so different change. No, yeah, that's fine. Dyer off a sharing goal. I assume we want that. And how else are you going to go? Keep Robert on. Is it just that? As Dyer's come off for sure, I'll do that anyway, and then I can make changes. That's fine. You've brought him on. And then looking at the Rugby side, they don't make subs for any reason that they don't need to do. Steve's not here, so we're all good. Let's go for it. Last half hour, and Rugby have scored 2 goals. They don't often score more than one, to be honest. and we took 20 minutes to go. Can we get a third goal into this game? We got a sixth card that Zanoni and Walter Samuel have joined the cards during the second half. 6 cards, 2 goals. You'd rather see it the other way around. And it's coming close to the end of it. We've got chances. Sigalko again and an offside given. Not share given. And into the last minute of the game, nothing going on. Will they get a third? Oh, Given makes a good save. Another save is made, and it is full time at last. And Kewell, man of the match. Araka's played alright. Randomly played well, and it's rare to see a Randomly performance as good, and that shows that they still can do it.
Yeah, I mean, if I was the Iraq's manager there, I'd be really disappointed at that because that's they've had more than enough chances, and
And Dan is
unfortunately
disappointed.
they've caught my syndrome and can't bleed in score.
76er syndrome, which we all have seen so many times this season. It's just one that affects league games, which is, what you need to do is just play permanent cup matches, and everything will be all right. Look at that. They've to say, oh yeah, I was looking at it thinking they've not had many shots, and realised that 5 shots, 4 on target have happened from Agahawa. The rest of the team have put 4 shots in between them. That's not right. That is not right for them. And I don't know. Sweeper wins 2 games in a row. Steve's won 1 and OT's won 1.
Yeah, well, clearly I know absolutely fuck all then. Yeah, glad to see Cure performing well after a beating up earlier.
And Quinton has questioned the result because Dan Hazard predicted a 2-0 defeat for his own team, and it was a 2-0 defeat for his own team. There's a point there. There is certainly a point into match fixing between the teams. Look at the tackles flying in from them. They've at least put themselves about. But Zanoni, Nesta, Vieira, all attempting 10 tackles. I'm not even sure that the Iraqis side attempted 30 tackles between all 11 players.
No, I mean that's a really really good performance from them, isn't it? That's you're looking really really solid.
It's exactly the performance you didn't want to see when they're coming closer to your own side in the league.
Yeah.
Blues versus Gondor. Oh yeah, yes. So Steve was on his date last night. Was he meeting Dan Hazard for league talk? That was probably it, isn't it? So yeah, Dublin Blues up against Gondor. Okaronko and Lucio out. We've got Taribo West and Ibrahim Sain in. Otherwise, the teams are as is from last game. We've seen the 3 at the back and this formation from obviously myself. And at the time, it was a formation that I'd noticed was doing quite well in this league, so I stole it. It's not my formation. This is the Blues formation, and I stole it.
Fair comment. If it works, go for it. Like the balance of that side though.
Very balanced, very balanced. They did look like they were going to be runaway winners at one point, and now second place would be a good achievement for the side. Still, they have been expected to be top 3 or 4 during the season, but now they have a chance to get themselves right up there for promotion this season, especially up against Gondor, who are missing. They're missing Paulo Sousa and Kevin McLeod. So McLeod is replaced by Williams, and Paulo Sousa replaced by Lacey. Onto the bench step Dennis Lawrence and Christian Edwards, and that's the formation we have today.
Yeah. This is game's only going one way, isn't it? I can't really see them getting anything out of it.
I am still surprised by the Nardiello inclusion.
Yeah.
That's probably my main summary. Nardiello has scored 1 in 7, which makes him probably their best striker. But that's it. No comment from Dan Hazard and Quinton saying, "Well, you can't be punished without evidence." So Sidibe, no goals. Fallon, no goals. But we've got Cedric Van der Hoon, 5 goals, and he's playing right back. I would have him up front. I would be going for Van der Hoon up front without, as Steve would say, a shadow of a doubt. They need to let Dennis Lawrence back in the team. Yeah, he's been a very strange one. An 8 followed by a 5, and then we get into like this strange 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8. As soon as you put him back in, he's on the 5 again. So predictions?
Yeah, I can only see one team winning 4-0.
4
Sorry,
0
Gondor, but I
Gondor.
think you boys are going to get hammered.
Yeah, I would. I think they'd be graciously accepting of that sort of result, to be honest. And it's any other predictions? A whacking great big arrow up the right wing will be good. Quinton says 2-1 to Blues. I mean that right wing arrow that would be there for me. I'll be there.
Poor lad, he'd be bollocks after 60 minutes.
Melville, yellow card. That's probably not a surprise. Looking at Melville's record for this season, he's had 6 yellows in the league in 17 games. So yeah, he's bound to be. He's got a card this game or next game, hasn't he? Let's get started on this one. And I did start and I paused it immediately. So the chances Blues going forward, Willie Guerre is going to be heavily involved in this one. Will he be able to break Willie? But chances for Gondor, a few chances in a row there. And they're taking the game towards Blues to say they're the away team. Claude McAlealy has a yellow card though. Zeriberto to be really tired. It's not a prediction, it's just a statement. It's fact. Vieira has scored for Blues to make it 1-0. Almost against the run of play, weirdly enough, that they scored that. It's I've got one live chat. There's absolutely nothing from no Fifey costume. Oh, I thought it was no Fifey. I got you. It's wow. So
Oh,
Robin has scored, and Claude the sword has gone off. Yeah, that to me is just Lacey 201 defensive midfielder,
yeah.
and I will not do the run. The other run defensive midfielder did not run. So Robin scored, and a yellow card, a second yellow for Claude McAlealy, resulted in his red card. So the stream to be under 2 hours.
That's
It's
right.
3-0. Van Nistelrooy. Well, it's dominant, and 2 goals on 45 minutes, and a red card on 45 minutes, which the red card was for squaring up to Totti through second yellow card. I mean, you just don't, do you? You don't.
No, I'm afraid this could be a cricket score, I think.
Yeah, I'm going for 265 for 3 declared this game. That's my prediction. The Van Man to centre forward with an arrow. If Mr. Swan had said, "Yep, go for something like that," I certainly would. Bad or tired at 60 is Blues instructions. Gondor, no instructions for the first half there, so we'll go to the second half. Willie is having a nightmare. Or having a mare. He's on a horse. With 5 minutes to sub time, and not a lot has been going on. I clock watch at 55 minutes or so. I clock watch. I have no idea if there's stuff going on in the games. So if anything does happen during that time, just give me a shout during the next match. I think the next match is your
No
own, isn't
problem.
it? Yeah, looking at bad or tired at 60. Well, Totti is tired,
Yeah.
and Zeriberto might well class in that tired column. Totti has a thigh injury, so he will come off. Van Bommel or Rick Helme. The other sub would be Zeriberto possibly. So, Rick Helme might as well go more attacking.
Yeah.
And Zeriberto, 93% he started at. They have got a week, so just leave it as it is. For
Fair.
Gondor, though, Gondor need changes. Gondor needs something. Trundle's been, he's not only poor, but he's tired. And I would be thinking at this point, I don't know. I don't know. We can't. There's no one who can play right back. So that kind of rules out the opportunity of moving Van der Hoon further forward. Actually, let's do it. Let's do it. Dennis Lawrence. Yeah, Dennis Lawrence to right back. I am agreeing with Quinton. I'm thinking that he's played right back this season already. So let's take off Lee Trundle and Van der Hoon to go and join Nardiello up front. Are you happy with that as well?
Yeah, more than.
There we go. It is exactly where he started the season, and he played well at right back, even though he's not a right back at all. It's 4-0 though. Van Nistelrooy has scored, and it's domination. We expected though before kick-off, and it really is the end of the world as Gondor know it. They're going to finish bottom of this table, I think.
Yeah, obviously the red card hasn't helped, but they'd have been lucky to get something out of the game.
Yeah.
With 11 men, they'd have been lucky to get some out of the game with 12 men, I reckon. So, yeah.
But they are one of my favourite teams, to be honest. I like watching Gondor because they've had a clear concept throughout the season.
Yeah.
Unlike a lot of teams, unlike my own. And it's been fun to watch them. Whenever they do this, whatever they do next season, Gondor has been a great addition to the league. Yeah, it seems like Blues have
clinical from the Blues, isn't it?
They've done what they need to do. Have they sweated much? Out with their teeth, as we had yesterday. Sweating out, yeah. The question was, do teeth sweat? That was Wood's question last night. Do teeth sweat?
Okay. I don't think I've had enough to drink to answer that.
I just mentioned that's what saliva is. So it was a simple enough answer that we had. It's fact, scientific fact, that there's no evidence to support it, but it is scientific fact. Gondor barely chucked a tackle in, and that's probably cost them. Maybe they just couldn't get near their opponents, to be honest.
No, I mean, outclassed in every department. The Blues were clinical up front and more than deserved their 4-0.
And I think if you look at that team and before the game, think, who's the best player in the squad? It is Chris Coleman. So
yeah,
he gets the 7, and I'm sure he'll take no comfort from that at all. Van der Hoon finished on a 5. I don't know whether that's been up front or defence. It's just not quite good enough for Gondor. So those results ended up there, but let's head straight over to the next day where we can, unless he manages to get sacked, of course. Paulo Sousa out for 2 months. Makalele, what is he sent off for? Did we check that one? Was he frustrated and got a shout at the ref? I think he squared it to Totti. You don't appeal that.
No.
We go on to McAteer. McAteer's red was for being a naughty boy or something. Barging marching in the back for a yellow. And the other one was just last time. Yeah, trip. No appeals. Yeah. Michael Hughes. Did Michael Hughes do anything bad? 2 red cards this game. We got Veron. We looked at these, didn't we? Yeah. It was both silly. Move on. And we get towards the next match for your own teams. It's a lot of clicking. Come on. There we are. 76ers versus Trumpton. And your team is coming up after this, the Trumpton side. And Trumpton, I mean, what were you expecting beforehand? Were you expecting to see, loads of players up wide? Or were you expecting to see a sweeper?
I was expecting to see more arrows.
And not just a sweeper, but a right-sided sweeper.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what to make of it. I like it, but I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm not sure there. Interesting, but then again, Trumpton's tactics always tend to be.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. It's Nesta covering for Njai when he moves forward, and why not? It's a big kid who's thrown together this season, at least 15 tactics that people are going, these
Yes.
are bizarre.
I mean, the games I've seen, I was like, what? I'm sorry, what? But, fair play.
It's the fun of it, isn't it? It's certainly the fun
Yeah.
of it. And for yourselves in this one, on the back of course, a decent win over Valeria in the cup. I mean, the team are performing, and the game before that, your cup game
Yeah.
7-0.
Finally found a little bit of form, and the goals, but the whole not being able to score in the league has baffled me completely. I really don't know
It is very
what's
strange,
not
isn't it?
happening.
And the only time you have scored well in the league was the very last match you played against the Aussies before
Yeah,
sawing off a few players' legs and getting on your team bus to fly off to, well, go to the rest of Sweden and then fly off to Portugal. So yeah, I do like this, and I'm sure you see some of the shows. I mean, people criticise attacking the arrow, and I like it, and I'm the minority.
I I discovered this playing 97, 98, I think, with Juventus, with Tacchinardi. And in that my first season there, he won player of the season.
Oh
And
well,
I've in, I've used it ever since. And the back arrow, it just gives you a bit of cover, but he also scores a few goals from there as well. So, you know,
well this season he's been scoring. Yeah, he's got 5
yeah,
goals.
5 goals
It,
for somebody who's covering at the back. So
and
yeah,
Quinton, they're saying he's probably been the best player in your team, which I wouldn't be saying. He's certainly your top three, isn't he?
yeah. I mean, early on, Buffon was absolutely
He
outstanding.
was in the top section for
Yeah.
best players in the league. Yeah,
To
and
be
he
honest, if I
stood
didn't
close
have
to
him in
that.
goal, yeah, I think I'd be much nearer the bottom. But yeah, strange. I mean, I've tinkered with a few formations. Um, I tend to play when I play the game myself. I play a sort of a variation on the IX 95 team, sort of three
Yeah.
one three three.
Ah, yes, of course.
But obviously, playing this, we need to have the wider players. It is a narrow formation,
Yeah, yeah.
um, but I don't know. We'll see.
Are you
2-2
confident?
draw. I'm going for.
Two
I'll
two
be
two
happy with
two
a
draw.
draw.
Yeah, that's not a bad result at all. Quinton going for 2-2 as well. I mean myself, I don't predict. And what I think is we've got entertainment coming up though. Trumpton, that is a nice away kit. Though. I like the colours of their away kit. It's not. It's certainly one that you find very very easy to read for the majority of people, and that's what we
Yeah,
need. Of course, as we found, Flamingo's text and background works very very well for David, who's now a Division One manager for next season, and he's been taking over Wanderers Wolverhampton for a while this season. He's benefited from seeing the pink and blue. Mike Savage got it for 2-1. It is very Wickham. You're right. Yeah, it is very Wickham.
yeah,
It's not 100% different to Megahorse for next season, so something to look forward to for me only, I guess. Anyway, let's get started. So the ball coming forward for 76ers. They like to take the ball towards the opponents. They don't always find that they have success with things, but they certainly are not afraid to attack. Raquelme's hit the post. And it's one of the jumps, and though Sigalko has got the opening goal. Is David still with us tonight? I'm not sure. He's been listening, so he's probably still here. He's a loyal viewer, and so it's 2-0. Patrick Vieira makes it 2, but
come
Sigalko's
on, get
coming
one
on
back.
with his 15th for the season. A 3-1 with Phil
Three.
Collins getting that goal there. There's definitely something in the air tonight. It is coming towards half time, 3-1,
Oh
4-1,
dear.
as Dennis Bergkamp gets one before half time. I mean, last week I had Big Kill on the show. This week I've got you, and we could have had very different shows if it had been the same results the other way around. 4-1 at half time. Positives, you've scored, but that's where the similarities end, I guess.
Yeah, I think the hairdryer's coming out.
Right. Okay. So, Mr. Ferguson, what are you gonna do?
I think Gigi Buffon needs a rocket. I mean, best player of my season, and he's on a 5. I mean,
We talked him
I've
up.
never subbed a goalie. I've never subbed a goalie, and I won't. I know I'm going to stick with what I sent in, so I'm not going to make any changes at half time.
Keep it
Um,
V60.
yeah, we'll just let it run. But that's, I mean, there are some good performances and some shockers.
Yeah, some absolutely awful ones, and you look over at the Trumpson side, and maybe 10 minutes before half time, it was so much closer between the two. But they decided to just keep going with things, and at half time, they've not put many tackles, but they have started to get some shooting and get it to the right players to shoot from. I think we should get the second half underway. Do you see any comeback?
No,
There we go. No is
the
the
boys
answer.
have got their mind on the UEFA Cup.
I think it's Laria, chip out to Portugal will be nice for them. We've had another chance. We've got just a couple of minutes till half time. Where are we going? We think, oh, I was pressing that button way too early. I just got carried away. That's about 100 minutes too early. There we are, sub time. Yes. So, looking at things, Buffon on a 5, which you don't sub goalkeepers. You have got Takanadi, Sigalko 77 with a thigh injury, and Van Bommel on 79 with a knee injury. Do either of those two come off, or do you look more towards
Yeah, withdrawn both.
both? That'd be Kesman.
Kesman on for Sigelko and Rui Costa for Van Bommel.
There we are. A third change or just two?
No, we'll leave it as that, and hope the subs can have an impact. But not the best performance today from the team.
Not necessarily the best, no. So if you look at the chat before I do this, Trumps and subs here. So Buffon showing Lazarus what it would have been like without him in the team.
Thank you very much, sir.
David just wondering any colours to avoid. Yellow and black, does that work? Yellow and black works. In a blend of background and text that's hard to see. Oh yeah, that's very understandable. David, my team next season, we're going to see the colours from the Megahorse badge. Really, it's going to be that as close as we can to that sort of light cyan and black. If that works for you, then I will stick with that one. Yeah, let's have a look at the Trumps and subs. We know that they do have some plans up there. I can't clear anything tonight. Plans up their sleeve. Let's have a little look and see what's going on. We have got from Trumpton. Where's Big Kids stuff? He's got right. Okay, let's have a look at who's injured, who's what. Right, Bergkamp. Bergkamp is done. Let's take off
Just because he's
injured
old, isn't it?
players. It's 60 minutes. I think he's injured. To be on 77 is quite excessive. Yeah, he's got a thigh injury. Poor man. Agahauer can come on. No, not Agahauer. Does Agahauer come on? It's Bergkamp. Let's have a look at who's played most. Agahauer's played 13, and Henri has played 70. Henri comes on for Bergkamp. And we'll check out. No, let's just check out. Let's have a look at the rest of the instructions. If goalkeepers saving less than 50% of shots, or a 5 or less, then take them off. Right, okay, so look at the goalkeeper stuff here. Match stats. You can see 4 out of 10, so no. There's a lot of things here. This is very detailed, isn't it? Otherwise,
It is.
injured, tired, or bad at 60 minutes. Injured, tired, or bad. Injured, tired, or bad. We just have to go through and check. No. Last action of the day. We had a chance there for 76ers coming forward. I think it was, unless it was a block from them, from a non-great
Oh,
chance
dear.
maybe. It's 5-1 and Sigalko has 2. It's a dream commentary debut for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'd really enjoyed the night up until about 5 minutes ago.
Living nightmare. Costanzo has conceded 1 out of 10, not 4. Yes, true. Yeah, well, yeah. No, I didn't say it was 4. I don't think
Jeez.
Sigalko making it 6-1. The formation for
Six
Trumpton
two
is
cost
an
you guys
absolute
one.
dream from 6-2. Oh yeah, yeah, 6-2. Was that before the 6? Was that before the
No,
what?
they scored, then we scored
Oh
straight
yeah,
back.
right there we go. Yeah, I'm too busy trying to follow the chart at the same point. 6-2. Can they make it 3? They do make it 7-2.
Yeah.
7-2. This is unbelievable stuff. This is the high scoring game of the season for this division. 7-2. Well, at least you can say you're in the record books for some reason.
Yeah. Wow. Well, look at that. You've got
Let's go
Maldini on
back
a
to it.
9, Duff on a 9, and they've conceded 7 goals.
Two nines,
What can you
three
say?
eight, yeah, two eights. Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it? Absolutely bizarre. And the Trumpton side have come forward and done a cracking job. Let's have a look at this. Go back into the chat. So Quinton says something in red and white, blue and yellow. Hard being a sub manager. Cassandra because he 1 out of 10, not 4, but that's shots. Let's have a look at how he's done. He's conceded 7. No, he's conceded 2. Sorry, 2 out of
I mean, look, just
yeah, 2 out of
look at
14.
that.
That's
My,
pretty
my
good.
team, 14 on target, 2 goals.
Yeah, yeah, that's not many, is it at all? Country's been excellent, but your team have been shafted.
Yes, I feel it.
It wasn't me, and yeah, first squad had too many A-listers. Yet we found a good balance there, Mr. Savage, definitely. And I think we are up for a great season next season. 7-2 though, where we are. Incredible. So, table, let's go straight into that. And we see
Yeah. Well
that
done, Trumpton. That's moved
it's
them up a bit,
very
hasn't it?
positive for them, isn't it? Let's have a look at the table. So, the Jers, 3 games to go, have now been promoted. They have been promoted to Division 1. Trumpton can only reach 56 points, so they will go up at this point. Great news for Matt and the real East side. They can celebrate being promoted no matter what the game tells them. For Team of the Week is decided now. We've got Van and Yahya up front, Kewell, Beckham, Collins, and Power.
There we
Well,
go. There's the anomaly in the game. Look, concede 7, and I get 2 defenders in team of the week.
and there's your nines. That's it,
Well,
isn't it? Really, it's just your nines have just gone in, and they haven't really deserved to be in there. Quinton David said number of players in the team 25, including 3 goalkeepers, is absolutely right. And for the rest of things here, we are all going well. I will make sure I save the game and look at the table in some more detail for the rest of it now. Look at the table closing in there from Stackington in 6th with 42, right the way through to 4th place for Trumpton with a, a respectable total. Not quite secured yet in their promotion, of course. And down at the bottom, Gondor now 5 points behind OTs, 5 points behind the team that they were yesterday. Huge.
yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm sort of looking at my shoulder a little bit here. I mean, I know I've got the game in hand against the team that are now a point behind me. That could prove quite vital. Otherwise, I mean, obviously we're not going to go down, but we could be dropping 4 places there. I think with um, more goal scoring issues if that continues in the league.
Yeah, I think the one thing you got a new advantage is that Grove have conceded a lot of goals already. That might be the
Yeah,
one team that at least gives you a little bit of grace going into next bit. Take a look at the fixtures for next time round. We have got a game that needs playing in isolation, so I will do that ASAP by getting Radaby and yourself available. So, in fact, if you hang on at the end of this session, I can get your team selected for that match. It'd be just dead easy, won't it? Do it
yeah,
that
no
way.
problem.
So I'll do that one with you then, and then Steve can select his team for as soon as possible. Then we've got a full round on the Saturday featuring games that there's meaning across the table, but it's not quite as exciting necessarily fixing wise as last time. Athletic Blues still important. Blues can go up, I think, based on that round. The Jers versus Roundhay, massive for Roundhay. Grove and Gondor, big result for Grove to try and push your team. Otis versus Stackington, yes, Mr. Savage, bring it on. Radaby Dangleys, another grudge match between two good friends of the game. Relay versus yourselves, confident,
No,
yeah, summed up in one word. And Trumpton versus Los Aracas, yeah, it should be an advantage. You're absolutely right, Mike Savage. My washing machine is done. How good is that for timing? Did you hear the beeps as well?
no.
The beeps were there, and Mr. Savage just picked up on it. But he's probably sat outside my house. I'm not sure. Listening in. The date the next round will be for the game for your team. Yeah, of course, not your team. 76ers. 23rd. So I'll just do a quick save. It's 23rd on here to make sure we get to the right stage. Okay. Well, thank you very much for everyone who's been in the chat tonight. It's been entertaining as ever, and we've learned things tonight. I think that's one of the key things. Thinking of the fun you could be having a supermarket sweep when you heard the beep of the washing machine. Lovely. Um, yeah, as I said, thank you to people on the chat. Thank you very much, Loz, as well. Great to have you on
No
for
worries,
your
mate. Yeah,
debut.
no, I've enjoyed it.
Hopefully, get you on a season 2.
Yes, yeah, definitely. Again, it's not been a once only thing for me, mate. So yeah, more than happy to.
Fantastic. You hopefully get your work permit to be able to stay up late at night. That'd be just what we need for you in that point. Yeah, so you'll stay on at the end of this stream, and we'll
Yeah,
kick
yeah,
you
fine.
aside for the next one. And to everyone else, a merry good night.
Night all.